Shovel Knight! Plague of Shadows! Ooh. Hey guys, it's Spooker4590 and welcome to my oh, sorry, it's the second year in a row I've had something in my throat when I introduce myself. What a crazy coincidence! Welcome back to Let's Play Shovel Knight. I know this might seem weird because we've already done Shovel Knight before, and you're right, but as I promised at the end of the LP that Yacht Club had planned on making several DLC add-ons to the game in the form of playable boss campaigns. Starting off, finally released, the long-awaited Plague Knight campaign, Plague of Shadows. Spoiler alert, it's fucking incredible, and I was so hyped for it, and when I played it, I just fell in love with Shovel Knight all over again. And yeah, there's really not much else to say except let's go, because I cannot believe this DLC turned out that good. Anyway, so yeah, don't look at that. That was a ton of spoilers. I'm gonna blur that out, son of a bitch. Okay, so first off, to play as Plague Knight, you need to beat the game first as Shovel Knight. There's a code you can get online that the developers even tweeted out that lets you play as Plague Knight immediately, but yeah, it's recommended that you play the game as Shovel Knight first, because having that knowledge going into it is good, so it can be completely shattered, because Plague Knight plays completely differently than Shovel Knight. It's not some, here's Shovel Knight, except he's a little bit slipperier, and he wears green. Like, it's not that. Like, Plague Knight is a different character, and they really went the extra mile to differentiate him. And I just love this screen, by the way. I can't wait to see the rest of the boss art that they have of I guess, Spectre Knight and King Knight and possibly Shield Knight. I'm not sure if Shield Knight is an actual campaign confirmed yet. I'm not entirely sure on that. Anyway, let's choose Plague Knight. And now we'll have to register our names. So, since this is my second spooky Let's Play, let's just call it... since it's my second Spooker4590 Let's Play, which is essentially the same thing as Turner4590 Let's Plays, but we're sticking with the joke, so let's just call it Too Spooky. So original. And there we go, there's our little Plague Knight, and, you know, our things. So, yeah, without further ado, let's start Plague of Shadows. I love the expressionless mask. He always looks like he's unamused, like even when he's happy and stuff like that. Yeah, Plague of Shadows even gets its own intro scene with, by the way, since this is a brand new DLC campaign, which is free, by the way, I forgot to mention that, it's completely freaking free, we get a ton of new music by Jake Kaufman, and there are some really good tracks in this campaign. I can't wait to get to them. Unlimited power! Or is it... was I... But I don't know if I was quoting that or... never mind. Blah. Oh, really? Again, I just love Plague Knight's expression. Is this a collectathon? Oh my god, is it a collectathon? It kinda is. Yeah, you better not. Just toss you in my witch's brew. Oh, cool. Bombs away. Okay, and here we go. Here's Plague Knight. Just arrives right in the Plains of Passage. And yeah, right off the bat, one thing you'll notice about Plague Knight is that he's a little bit slower than Shovel Knight. And unfortunately about Shovel Knight, one thing cool about Shovel Knight was that he had several different jump heights. Like, he had a really high jump if you held the button, but, like, you could shorten it and, like, extend it a little bit. Plague Knight, if you press the button or hold the button, same jump. To alleviate that, they also gave him a little bit of a double jump. It's not very good, though, because even with the double jump, this is impossible to clear. That is the one problem with this DLC campaign, is that you can't get past this wall. You just have to live with not being able to see the rest of the campaign. Except for the fact that you have bomb charging, and just you can soar over surfaces. And bomb charging, I guess I'll keep going through the stage as I go. There's a lot to talk about, so I'll just keep on going. So bomb charging is really, really cool. It's definitely the coolest addition to Plague Knight's arsenal of moves, to your character's arsenal of moves. And essentially, bomb charging allows you to you can go straight up, you can go side to side, and yeah, you can clear large gaps like this with ease. And it's actually possible to well, see, like, I screwed up right there. Was able to save myself because you can actually bomb charge multiple times and yeah, do really cool stuff. And actually, it's possible to infinite jump in this game, and it's entirely intended. Like, the developers even showed it off. They were like, "Oh yeah, you can infinite jump if you wanted to." And it's just really cool because you have so much range of movement. Also, these green coins that we're picking up... before I get to that... So yeah, notice how the level design is switched a little bit, because in normal Plague Knight, there's a random bubble right here for some reason, and you just have to bounce off it. But Plague Knight can't bounce. He has to use his bombs to get up there. And yeah, the speed at which you go when you're bomb blasting is ridiculous. Like, I feel like this, even more so than the original campaign, it's just meant for speedrunning, because, like, you go so friggin' fast, and it's really cool. Right here is a bag of health tonics. One unfortunate thing about playing Plague Knight is that he takes, I don't know if it's double damage, but almost everything in the game does a full health bubble of damage. So to alleviate that, the Yacht Club gave us tonics, which are essentially just little health power-ups that we can use, and I have my entire menu on the bottom screen right here. It's also right here. This is essentially what's on the bottom screen right now on the gamepad. And this is a ton of stuff, but there's nothing we can do about it right now, so I'll get into it later. But yeah, tonics are basically you just use them like this, and they'll add a health bubble. And it's just like Shovel Knight. Plague Knight can go up to 10 health bubbles. So we could get one more right now. And essentially, that's a permanent health increase forever until you die. So if you make it through the entire game without dying, like, you're gonna be set for life, because also tonics can be used to heal empty health bubbles, not just gain them. So it's basically just a way to boost how much health you have as well as heal yourself, which is really useful, especially on New Game Plus, where everything does double damage and you die quicker than you can say, prime your potions. I don't know. Can't think of anything. These are green coins that you're seeing all over the place. Wow, I actually did that without taking damage. I'm too good at this game. I don't have nearly as much experience with the Plague Knight campaign as I had with the Shovel Knight campaign. I only have played the Plague Knight campaign twice before doing this playthrough, but still, I feel pretty knowledgeable, especially since, you know, Shovel Knight's one of my favorite games of all time, so, yeah. Anyway, those green coins that we're collecting are Cypher coins, and that's kind of like a new collectible currency, sort of, and I'll get into what we can use Cypher coins for later, but yeah. You'll definitely want to collect a lot of them. At least half of the ones scattered through the game you'll want to collect to get good stuff. Getting 100% isn't mandatory, and the reward is interesting for getting 100%. That's what I'll say. But you know what? I actually love this. You know what? Screw it. Right? Let's just wing it, and I'm gonna try and get all the Cypher coins, because on my first playthrough, I actually got all the Cypher coins on my first run through the stage, except for one stage. One stage because it was a dick move hiding place. But yeah, the Cypher coins are a really good example of it. It really does help if you've played Shovel Knight before and know it inside and out. because you'll know a lot of the dick move hiding places for Cypher coins. And right here's a chicken plate. Again, like a lot of the gameplay is like similar to Shovel Knight, so you've seen that. I'm going to assume that you've watched a playthrough of Shovel Knight before watching this. And here's a tricky jump right here, and don't cock it up. There we go. There's some really tricky platforming bits as Plague Knight, but I'm feeling pretty confident because, you know, I'm a genius! Yeah, one cool thing, too, is that using Y, you can stall yourself in midair, and it gives you a little bit of height as well, so... here's a perfect example, right here. Check it out. Like, oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, throwing a bomb gives you a tiny little bit of extra height, that first bomb you throw, so you can use it to get over the lips of some platforms, like this one right here. Oh, okay, wasn't high enough. Again, a tiny little bit of height increase, but the developers specifically added that, so any like tricky jumps, you might have a little bit of leeway to get up there. And haven't even mentioned it yet, but as you can hear right now, you're listening to an absolutely phenomenal soundtrack by Jake Kaufman. This is just music that was in the original campaign, but like all the level music and stuff is the same. It's just there's some new there's a couple of new some new boss music. Ooh, there may or may not be a dance of some kind somewhere in there. It may or may not involve a giant a giant trout apple thing, but that's all I'll say. Yeah, now I've hooked you. You know you can't leave until you've seen that dance. And yeah, so they've hidden coins all over the place, so you just got to be really on the lookout. And these bubbles are gonna come out like that. There we go. And one thing about Plague Knight is that when you get hit, you get sent back far, and that can kind of be annoying sometimes. I think the reason they did it, though, is that because more often than not, you end up bouncing back onto Epic Jump. There we go. See how you can clear an entire screen like that. It's awesome. Also, bomb bursting like this, actually, it gives Plague Knight temporary invincibility frames when the bomb explodes, and it also propels him through like that. One thing I forgot to mention is that Plague Knight is like entirely customizable in how his bombs and like moveset works. Maybe not the moveset, but he's very customizable. But we won't be able to get into that truly until we get to out of this first stage. And that was a mistake on my part. I didn't mean to land, but there we go. And as usual, you're going to want to collect as much loot as possible because there's a lot of stuff to buy, some of which you're not going to be seeing much of, and some of which you're going to... Yeah, see? One awesome thing is that you can charge bomb bursts like almost at any time, even going through level transitions like this. See, look, you can charge through the screen like that, and that's really awesome because you saw me there. I was about to die, but then I got hit. Then I charged a bomb burst while I was getting hit and was able to save myself. And... by the way, for health tonics, we can find them sometimes in dinner plates, and we'll be able to fish for them soon, but you can only hold a maximum of 5 right now. Anyway, let's encounter the Black Knight. Yeah, I don't know anything about Plague Knight. Plague Knight! The panicky pushover. I love the names that they come up. The alternative names that they come up with for all the knights. Like Decadent Dandy and stuff for King Knight. Deranged Alchemist Strider. Okay, first boss, a Black Knight. And to be honest, fighting bosses is a bit hard when you're playing as Plague Knight, at least with this setup. It's just because you don't have a lot of options, and it's kind of awkward to actually fight bosses like this, but you just gotta get used to it for a while, because that's... whoa! That was a close one. He's probably gonna start firing stuff again. Okay. And boom, there we go. Yeah, you pretty much have to play keep away a lot of the time, because Plague Knight really has no close-up moves right now, so you pretty much just have to toss bombs, and I definitely recommend jumping and throwing bombs because he always throws them in that straight diagonal arc that is just really reliable.